Subscribe to AmpCode and ring the notification bell to get the latest content.
Hello and welcome back. We have seen all about the Spark streaming, where we have set up Apache Spark streaming in your local system and also build our first real-time data analytics code, where we have just used socket connection as a source to publish the data in real time and process them and got the results. So that was really fun. But Spark is all about integration and versatility. So in this lecture, we are going to see all about the integration of Apache Spark with the external sources, because in real world use cases, you will often implement a solution which contains many of these tools in the big data community, and every organization has different types of data, requires different sets of technologies and tools, which means that you should be aware of integrating all these tools together to provide a data driven solution. So basically, Apache Spark is pretty versatile tool. It provides rich set of libraries as well as rich set of connectors by which you will able to connect Apache Spark with so many sources available, data sources as well as the data sinks that are available in the market today. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So first of all, let's start with the most used integration in the Apache Spark, which is Apache Hive. So let me give you an introduction to Apache Hive. I know most of you have already heard Apache Hive if you are working on Hadoop ecosystem, because Apache Hive is the integral part of the Hadoop project. So basically, Apache Hive is nothing but a SQL skin which is built on top of the Hadoop, which leverages HDFS as its storage solution, and also it can leverage the MapReduce architecture to process the batch data on the distributed Hadoop cluster. So basically, Hive will give us the capability to run SQL queries on top of the data which is stored in the Hadoop, which is nothing but HDFS. So we can build all sorts of tables. So you can consider Hive as a relational database. So the structure of Hive can be like, we have different databases as similar to the RDBMS. Also we have the tables in those databases which is also similar to RDBMS. So you can say it as Hive is nothing but the RDBMS built only for Hadoop. But you shouldn't be confused with RDBMS and Hive, because Hive is not really a RDBMS, but it has some qualities which makes it a great choice to handle structured data. So first one is like, it is a distributed and fault tolerant data warehouse, and it enables the analytics on a massive scale, which is not possible in case of RDBMS. As you already know, RDBMS is not a distributed across the cluster, and it can only scale vertically. Vertically means you can only ramp up one machine by ramping up its hard drive, by ramping up its RAM, but you cannot add so many servers in parallel, which can be a cheap solution and very fundamental for handling big data. I know that many of the RDBMS are also capable of working in parallel, but the administrative task is a very overhead. But integrating Hive with Hadoop is way more simpler to handle big data and also process them using simple SQL queries. So basically, Hive has the meta store, which has all the metadata, and it is like a central repository of metadata, and it can be analyzed to make informed data driven decisions. So that's why Hive is a good choice for every organization, because it is very developer friendly. You don't have to write complex MapReduce operations as well as MapReduce codes in Java to process the data which is stored in Hadoop. You can use simple SQL queries. So let's say if you have a CSV file or Parquet file, there are so many file formats which are supported by Apache Hive and Hadoop. So let's say if you have a CSV file which has the data of all the employees. So obviously CSV file means the data is in structured format with rows and columns. So basically you can build a table on top of that CSV file which is stored in HDFS, which is also known as the Hive external table. So external table means that Hive does not have authority to delete that data, because that data is stored in HDFS and managed by HDFS. But you can build the view or table on top of it, and you can submit simple SQL queries to process the data which is stored in that file. It is very simple to use and versatile tool to get meaningful insights. and also you can build dashboards on top of the Hive tables. So by using the JDBC connection strings or ODBC connection strings, you can integrate Hive with different various dashboards like Power BI, Tableau, and what's not. So that's why Apache Hive is such an incredible tool to handle big data and get meaning out of your data.
So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next lecture.